The Nvidia DeepSeek moment tells us one interesting thing. Nvidia's share price has dropped by 23% to $118, down from a high of $153 on January 7th. That's a level last seen in October 2024, about 3 months ago. That's not a value adjustment based on a real threat to Nvidia. It's just a reflexive correction that shakes out a few weak hands. The stock has since bounced to $123.50 after hours, which is around 4% up. In similar fashion to the downward move, that's not a real bounce or an investment call. It's just a reflex, a technical bounce. Actually, Novo, LVMH, Meta, and Nvidia have all proven that they can correct downward. Bouncing only 4% after quickly losing 23% is the opposite of reassuring. Fundamentally, I think Nvidia stands as strong as ever. The ASML-TSMC Nvidia triumvirate remains unchallenged in the semiconductor space. DeepSeek may have proven you can do more AI with fewer chips, but that just means the triumvirate and their clients in the Mag 7 group now know what is possible and what to aim for. What's almost magical about the last 2.5 years of generative AI is that once ChatGPT-3 was released, 6 other models with remarkably similar capacity became public in quick succession. It's like when the sub-4-minute mile was accomplished. Once one runner proved it was possible, many others quickly followed. DeepSeek had to be more efficient than Anthropic, OpenAI, X, and the other generative AI players. Consequently, they were. Now everybody knows what is possible and how to do it, because DeepSeek is open source, and they can copy and improve on DeepSeek's progress. Cheaper AI means more of it will be used in more places. When SpaceX made rockets reusable and launches cheaper, the demand for launches increased by 100 times. The same happened for computing power and internet communication, as well as solar power generation. The volume demand increase after a production cost reduction often compensates for the price decrease many times over. The Mag 7 companies and other clients will simply buy a lot more chips and try to run even faster toward the future. That is assuming much of what is said about DeepSeek turns out to be true. Otherwise, it is just back to the status quo. The most interesting thing about yesterday was how Nvidia could drop to 24% below its 3-week highs based on little more than some tweets, rumors, and superficial analysis of a Chinese hedge fund developing a chatbot. Just like Novo Nordisk could drop by 50% in 6 months recently, half of which in a single day, based on one drug slightly missing anticipated weight loss expectations. Fashion giant LVMH dropped by 36% in the roaring bull market of 2024. Meta Platforms dropped by more than 75% in 2022 because of a name change and a misinterpretation of its plans for investing in virtual realities. The Mag 7, perhaps including Broadcom for the Batman acronym, and the semiconductor triumvirate, as well as industry leaders, consolidators, and innovators like Novo and LVMH, remain amazing companies. Don't forget to check out theinvestingcourse.com, read some of the raving reviews there, and join the waiting list for the next cohort. Standing in line is free. Hi, you are listening to Karl-Mikael Seiding's AI Alter Ego. This podcast is created based on my own writings, primarily from Substack. Spreadser AI focuses on investments in mental, physical, and financial health. Topics range from pure investment cases, which, of course, should never be considered financial advice, to my experiences and advice on training, nutrition, and sleep. In between, I talk about consciousness, meaning, free will, politics, science, psychedelics, perspective, and meaning, and whatever I think can help make you become happy, productive, fulfilled, basically realize your full potential, or bliss out on purely hedonistic pursuits. You can actually read the podcast content too on my Substack if you're a premium member or during a 1-week free trial. Click the link in the show notes. If you're interested in more in-depth investing skills, you should check out theinvestingcourse.com. theinvestingcourse.com, meaning myself, is sponsoring this podcast. It's a 6-week online course where I teach how to find, analyze, invest, and evaluate publicly listed stocks. There is a Swedish version as well. The links are in the show notes.